Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 14. So Module 14 is the second module for your visual analysis essay. You'll be finishing up the essay in this module, and that is the only assignment. So Module 14 comes toward the end of the semester. We have 2 modules after this. The final modules will both open at the same time so that you can get started on them, but we also have fall break in there. So fall break at Allen, we have 1 week off, and that week also counts for online classes, so nothing will be due for that week. You'll have stuff due the first weekend, but not the second weekend. So you can pay attention to due dates there. If you need to catch up, you can, but just kind of keep in mind that you do have that extra week in there. You can get started early on things, that kind of thing. So if you have questions, though, on due dates, just send me an email. So you can see that the module is pretty simple. All we have for an assignment is to turn in the actual essay. Reminder of the criteria here. You have those 2 options there to do a traditional analysis or to do an analysis of an AI essay. So what I'm looking for with the traditional analysis is you really getting into your own opinion and judgment of the visual's main message, what sort of design elements and features that they chose to include, everything from color to how, if it has font, what does the font look like and how is it laid out on the page, all of that kind of thing. Some of you just keep in mind when you pick your visual, the easiest visuals are ones that have a clear audience. So it's not just some random image that you chose based on a Google search. Make sure that you know like who created the image and what was the context that the image was created for. That way you have something to analyze there. Sometimes students will just, Google like images for analysis or something, and then they don't have any context for it. They can't find where it came from. They can't find who created it. And that makes it so much harder to actually write this essay correctly. So if you're kind of in that boat, you can always choose the second option, which is to do the AI analysis. And basically what you're doing is rather than analyzing the original image, you're analyzing the paper that the AI wrote about the image. So you're going to tell it which image you wanted to use and have it write a paper for you. And then your analysis is going to focus a lot more on how well the AI generator did. So, is it accurate? Did it look at it correctly? Was there wording, like is the same kind of wording that you would have used, or is it using different kind of vocabulary than what you would use? You could do a lot of things with this essay, but mainly I'm looking for that critique. How well did you think the AI did with that essay? And, is it the same as what you might do if you were to analyze that particular image? So it's a little bit more, I'm looking for depth. For both of these options, we're looking for depth that is not surface level. I want you to really dig into it and really tell me, what do you notice that it came up with, that kind of thing. So it's really dependent on your choice here is dependent on whether or not you want to see like what AI can do with an essay and how well it's going to do something like that, or whether you actually want to sit down and do an analysis of a visual. A lot of students really like this essay because it does allow you to be a little bit more creative with your interpretation. It's your ideas, and so no one can really tell you that you're wrong for interpreting something in a visual as long as you can back it up with evidence from the visual itself. So we may have different viewpoints by looking at the same visual, and that's fine, but the main thing is that it's you that's coming up with it. I'm not interested in what other people think. I'm interested in what you think. So then the AI analysis is if you're more interested in kind of seeing what can be done with an essay like this. So it's up to you which one you choose. I have some works cited visuals, entries for visuals, so that you can kind of see what they should look like. And, if you have, and I'll try to remember to go in here and put like how to do, because if you do the AI version, then you have to cite the AI generator that you used as well. So I'll try to remember to put an example in there. If you have something that's not one of these 4 things, you can always email me if you're not sure how to do it, or email me what you have to make sure that you're doing it correctly. There's a lot more examples in that textbook. Then the last thing, of course, is to actually turn in the essay. If you can, try to include a copy of the visual. It's very helpful. It is part of the documentation, but when you're doing the AI version, then you'll have the AI paper, then your version of your analysis, and then a copy of the visual. That would be the most helpful order to go in. So that will be the last thing that you do here. This is the last major essay assignment for the class. So as we move forward the next module, we're just doing a lot of review and reflection on the semester and that kind of thing. And so that will be the final part of the class. If you have questions or if you're behind and you're not sure about your grade or whatever, please send me an email. Otherwise, have a great week.